game day.
Game day.
Game day.
Game day.
It's game day.
Game day.
Game day.
Game day. Game day.
It's game day!
It's game day!
It's game day.
Good evening, folks. I'm Trace Hammer alongside Jordan Inman. We will be covering tonight's matchup between the Crawfordsville Lady Athenians and the Covington Lady Trojans. We are tipping off right about now. Reese Noble wins the tip. Abby Swain brings it up for the Trojans. Noble kicks it back to Swaney, top of the key, gives it back to Noble. Noble looks for a skip pass, gives it to Haymaker in the corner. Looks for, and the Athenians catch a steal.
York with it for the Athenians. Passes it out to Sinet. It's picked up by Noble of the Trojans. Takes it down the floor. Passes it to Linville, and it's blocked. Put back up by Noble. It's blocked.
The Athenians give it to number 13 on the left wing, gives it back to 23, takes the mid-range jumper, and it's off the rim as Haymaker gains possession for the Trojans. Haymaker swings to Swaney on the right wing, gives it back to Noble at the top of the key. Looks at the post, gives it back to Swaney. Back to Swaney on the right corner, gives it to Linville, takes the mid-range baseline jumper, she will miss. Noble will take the three off the left wing. That is hard off the back of the glass. Number 33, Holly Linville fights the rebound, and we will have Swaney inbounding for the Trojans.
Noble puts it up off the backboard, no good. Linville puts it up and it's blocked, but that'll be a foul. And she will shoot two at the line. Linville's first attempt is good. Linville's second attempt is off the front of the rim, rebounded by Haymaker. Haymaker out to Noble. Noble swings it around to Swaney. Swaney takes a three, and it's going to be in and out. Crawfordsville with the rebound. Kellerman pushes it up the floor, and that's going to be a blocking foul. Reed to inbound for the Athenians. Gets it to Kellerman. Reed with it at the top. Kellerman's going to take a three, and it's going to be long. Rebounded, put up, no good. And Linville, the Trojans, gets the rebound.
Swaney brings it up, looks to push, gives it to Haymaker on the baseline. Haymaker drives, dumps it off to Linville, who will lose it as number 14. Athenians will look to score in the post, and they will not convert on that one. Athenians inbound to number 22, Sinet, and Sinet will fire a three, and she will miss off the back of the rim. Jump ball, and the Athenians will maintain possession. Number 0, Olivia Reed, to inbound for the Athenians. As number 34, Morris checks in for the Trojans. For number 33, Holly Linville.
Reed inbounds for the Athenians. Out to Sinet. Back out to Reed, and it's blocked by Haymaker. I feel as we should have been more enthusiastic, as that was a pretty nice block, if I do say. But
valid point.
Tough inbound, but the Athenians get it. And that'll be off the side of the rim. Morris with the rebound. She'll get it over to Swaney. Up to Noble. And she pulls back. Kicks it to Swaney at the top of the key. Swaney almost stolen. Noble pump fakes, drives in, puts up a shot, and air ball. That was a tough shot there. Probably not the best decision, but it is what it is.
Indeed.
Swaney to inbound for the Trojans. Gets it to Haymaker. Noble with it. Skip pass to Haymaker for the short jumper, and she hits.
Shea Williams inbounds it for the Athenians as number 13, Kellerman.
Stolen by the Trojans. Noble takes it, and she's stripped. That's going to be a foul. Noble's first is good. And her second is off the back of the rim and rebounded by Crawfordsville. Williamson brings it up for the Athenians to Kellerman. Back to Kellerman. To Reed.
Williams thinks about three. She will take it. She will make it from the right wing for the Athenians, making it 4-3 with 3:45 left in the first quarter. Swaney brings it up for the Trojans. See if the Trojans have a response to that. And Swaney has it on the right wing. Swings it back to Noble. Back to Swaney. Noble kicks it to Haymaker for the corner three. She will shoot, and it will be short off the front of the rim. Williams gets the rebound. Brings it up for the Athenians. Passes to number 10, Simmons. Back to Kellerman. Back to Williams. Back to Simmons. And Kellerman will get it at the top of the key. Gives it to number 0, Reed. Over to Williams on the right corner. Williams swings it to number 22, Sinet.
Sinet's going to take it in, put up a tough shot, and it's no good. Rebounded by Morris to the Trojans.
Good defensive possession by the Trojans.
Swaney, oh.
Loss of focus by haymaker on that one.
Wow, that was that looks pretty painful, if I do say. That was wow. But regardless,
That's
it'll
definitely
be
not the ideal place to receive a hard thrown basketball.
regardless, it is Athenian basketball as Reed to inbound it. Peyton checks in the game for the Trojans. Kellerman gets it to Reed. Reed down to Simmons. Back to Reed, puts it up, blocked by Haymaker again.
Another
and
block
that's going to be
by
Trojan
Haymaker.
ball. Reed probably should have kept her hands off of that one, and that probably would have been Athenian ball right there.
Most definitely.
Noble to Peyton. Peyton down into Morris, back to Noble. Noble will square up and take a three, and it's no good. Morris with the rebound. Haymaker puts it back up, and it's good. And they're going to call the foul on Noble there.
Reed to inbound for the Athenians. She will get it to Williamson, back to Reed. Reed looks for the wing, gives it to number 15, Laz, and Kellerman will take the mid-range jumper, and she will put it in from the left elbow. Noble brings it up for the Trojans. Kellerman very
Tough
aggressive,
pass.
looks to steal. Morris takes the mid-range jumper, and she will miss off the back of the rim. Number 14, Williamson, comes up with the rebound for the Athenians as Reed looks to push. Kellerman will take another mid-range jumper, and she will make it again. Back-to-back mid-range jumpers for the Athenians, taking the lead 6-7 with 1:36 left in the first quarter. As Noble looks to drive, gives it to Haymaker, thinks about another corner three, gives it to Morris, back to Noble, who takes another three, and that is off the back of the rim. And Kellerman looks to push again. She will spin, and it will be off the bottom of the rim on that one.
Peyton takes it up for the Trojans. Over to Haymaker. That was a travel, unfortunately.
Looked for the hop step maneuver, but just one too many steps on that.
And Reed will inbound for the Athenians. But first, Swaney checks in the game for Noble. And Lawson will check in the game for Haymaker. Reed to bring it up for the Athenians. Back to Williamson. Back to Reed. Over to Kellerman. Kellerman to take it in. Simmons mid-range jumper. That'll be short. Rebounded by Swaney of the Trojans. Swings it to Lawson. Back to Swaney. And she's going to bring it up with ease with about 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Lawson thinks about a three, but drives. And she's going to be fouled. Peyton wide open in the corner, but Swaney doesn't see her. Tough shot by Linville, rebounded by the Athenians. That'll be a jump ball.
Heads up play by Morris.
And that'll be Trojan basketball. Morris will take it in. That'll be Trojan basketball again. It appeared that the ball fell off of Morris's leg, but I guess that will be Trojan basketball.
Lawson
Lawson
wide
to
open.
take a three. Williamson has a wide open lane to the basket, and she's going to hit the layup. 9-6 with about 15 seconds to go in the first. We'll see if the Trojans can make another scoring. Linville to put it back up, and they do.
Athenians look
with
to push.
5 seconds to get a shot off.
Nearly banks it in the last seconds of the first, and it is 8-9 Athenians at the end of the first.
And to start the second quarter, Crawfordsville is going to start out with the possession of the ball.
As Reed passes it into Williamson. Gives to Reed at the top of the key. Swings it over to number 15, Belaz. Over to Kellerman, who will take the three from the left wing. That would be off the right side of the rim as Swaney looks to push for the Trojans. Gives to Noble. Noble swings it back to Swaney. Swaney gives to Linville in the right corner. Patches into Holly Linville and nearly gets an and win on that one. But will go to the line for a chance at 2 points here to regain the lead for the Trojans. Holly Linville's first attempt is off the back of the rim. She can tie it here with this one, and she will tie it for the Trojans as Williamson looks to bring it up, passes to Kellerman, back to Williamson, as Kellerman crosses half court for the Athenians. Swings it over to Reed. Over to Belaz. Thinks about the mid-range. Kellerman thinks about the corner three. Back to Belaz. Over to Williamson. Over to Reed. Looks to drive. Back to Williamson. And Athenians look to reset. Over to Reed on the left wing. Back to Belaz on the right wing. Passes to Kellerman. Pass to Williamson, right wing three, and that is short off the front of the rim. And jump ball Trojans on the rebound. Trojans will gain possession on that one as Hope Linville passes into Abby Swaney, who will bring it up for the Trojans. Swaney swings it over to Peyton as Swaney looks for the post, but swings it back to Peyton. Gives it to Noble in the left corner. Skip passes it to Swaney, who will take the three from the right wing, and she will be too hard off the back of the rim as Kellerman looks to push for the Athenians. Wild layup and nearly makes it, nearly converts the N1. She will go to the line at a chance for two for the Athenians.
That was a really good take.
It was a very good take. Kellerman's first attempt is good.
I look for Kellerman to be the leading scorer, more than likely the best player on the floor tonight for the Athenians. She's averaging almost 16 points a game for them.
Really steps into her role as leader, being a senior for the Athenians, as she takes her second free throw attempt, and it is good. Very nice arc on that shot, as Swaney brings it up for the Trojans. Just take it.
Skip pass to Linville. Peyton with it. Back in the corner to Linville. And Holly Linville's going to be fouled. It's going to be on 15 Belaz. Swaney to inbound for the Trojans. Linville with it, takes an easy layup, and that'll tie the game up at 11. Williamson with it for the Athenians. Down to Sinet, to Belaz, who misses the layup. She'll get the rebound back. Williamson will take a three, no good. Rebounded by Linville. Swaney pushes it up for the Trojans. Over to Peyton. Hard layup off of the backboard for Noble.
I'm not sure what she was approaching with that one.
Not sure where that ball was going. It looked like it was headed for the moon, but
I can't disagree with that one.
Williamson inbound for the Athenians.
Williamson demonstrates her ball handling as Belaz takes the post jumper, and she will convert on that one. About an 8-footer on the right side of the block as Swaney will bring it up for the Trojans. Gives to Linville on the right baseline. Gives it back to Peyton as Noble puts up a left baseline jumper, and that looks very smooth on the contrary from her last layup.
Yes, indeed. And that bucket will tie the game at 13. Williamson tipped down to Sinet into Belaz for the 2-point basket. These last few possessions seem to have been back and forth between the two teams. Peyton will take a 3 and she'll hit.
Peyton being a solid shooter for the Trojans, hopefully that can boost her confidence
Kellerman takes a step back
into being
but passes out of it.
A force in this game. Noble looks to push for the Trojans. She will take the fast break layup and she will convert on that one. Nice body control displayed on that.
Seems as if the Trojans have found their stride here.
Near travel by Kellerman.
Hutchins over to Kellerman. Williamson will take the baseline jumper, no good. Rebounded by Linville. Linville to Swaney, who will bring it up for the Trojans. Linville to Swaney, who shoots it and hits.
Another 3 by the Trojans. They will take
really
a 6-point lead.
There's a nice little stretch for the Trojans, but they need to keep it up if they want to really put this Crawfordsville team away.
With 3:16 left in the second quarter, Kellerman will take it out for the Athenians as the Trojans look to add a full court press on the Athenians, although a relaxed one. Kellerman crosses half court, swings it over to Williamson. Gives it to Sinet in the corner. Sinet passes it into Belaz. Nice post move by Belaz. She fails to convert, but just a little bit of dream shake action on that one. Very nice.
I tell you what, is that Belaz down there? Is that Hakeem Olajuwon? That was a nice post move down there.
Can't tell the difference. Cannot tell the difference.
Regardless, she's going to shoot 2 free throws. First one is no good. And the second is no good, rebounded by Peyton of the Trojans. And that's going to be a foul on Sinet, who does not look very happy about that call.
Looking for a jump ball on that one. The ref seems to disagree. So it's just a wee bit too much aggression.
Jinx.
Would you look at that? And it appears the Trojans are in the bonuses. Peyton will shoot a 1-for-1 here. First attempt. And she gets the bounce on that one. As the Trojans go up 7 with 2:50 left in the second. Second free throw is another generous roll. Williamson brings it up for the Athenians with Kellerman on the left wing, back to number 11, Hutchins. Williamson looks to reset for the Athenians. Kellerman on the left wing. Nice pick and roll play there by the Athenians as Hutchins converts with the left-handed layup. Swaney brings it up for the Trojans. Aggressive defense by Kellerman, nearly steals it. Gives to Linville at the free throw line. Ball fake by Noble, drives, blocked by Kellerman as the Athenians retain possession. Kellerman looks to push. Stops at the elbow. Sinet thinks about the three, gives it over to Williamson in the right wing. Back to Belaz, looks to do the same move as she did previously, but passes it out, and Kellerman will have it on the left wing and will swing it to Williamson, who will reset for the Athenians. Sinet looks to drive, and she will lose it on the mishandle out of bounds, but she thinks it was out on the Trojans, and most definitely was not.
Most definitely was not. Haymaker to inbound for the Trojans. Swaney brings it up. Down to Linville. And Reed for the Athenians takes a hard fall. That's going to be a jump ball.
A lot of frustration by Reed.
And that'll be Athenian ball. My mistake, that will be Trojan ball. Swaney to inbound. We'll get it out to Haymaker. Noble down to Haymaker. Swaney with it at the top. Noble, high pass, and that's going to be a turnover, out of bounds. Trojans have done fairly well not turning the ball over for the most part so far in this game.
I'd say it's one of their best halves of the season. Belaz fails to convert on the floater as Noble brings it up for the Trojans off the defensive rebound. Swings it to Swaney, who'll give it back to Noble. Noble kicks it to Haymaker, who'll take the corner three and nearly floats in, but it was in and out as Williamson gains the rebound for the Athenians. Pass just over Sinet's head as the Trojans regain possession. Noble will take it out for the Trojans as the Athenians look to cause some full court pressure. Swaney passes to Linville, kicks it to O'Neal, who takes a baseline jumper and nearly makes it, but off the back of the rim. Foul on number 14.
Williamson. Haymaker to shoot 2 free throws. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you, sir.
That's fair. Trojans with an opportunity to go up 8 here with 30 seconds left in the second quarter.
No good. Rebounded by Kellerman of the Athenians. Hard foul here.
It seemed that Kellerman's shoulder connected with Haymaker's eye there. Definitely painful.
And Peyton comes in for Haymaker as the Athenians will bring up the ball with 25 seconds to go in the half. Reed with it. Hand off to Kellerman. Kellerman tries to drive left, but good defense by Swaney. That's going to be a foul on Swaney.
Reed passes into Kellerman on the left corner, looks to drive, as Peyton with the near steal knocks it out of bounds. Nice defensive play by Peyton. Reed will pass it in for the Athenians with 5 seconds left in the half. See if the Athenians can make it either a 4-point or a 3-point deficit here going into the halftime. Gives it to Williamson, is knocked out by Noble to shed about another second off the clock. Although I believe that was a mismanagement by the clock operator. But they will not change it. And O'Neal steals it, see if she can get a shot up before the half. She will, but she will miss. The layup, not convert. A little too hard off the backboard. Felt like she needed to rush that one, but it is 23-17. Trojans going in to halftime. We will be back for the coverage on the rest of the game.
And we back.
Going into the third quarter, we have Trojans 23, Athenians 17, and looks like Reed will pass it in for the Athenians to number 14 Williamson. And number 23 Macy York comes in for the Athenians, I believe for the first time tonight. Kellerman seemed to not notice that pass. Kellerman has on the right wing, swings it over to York, and she travels. Blatant travel on that one. As the Trojans gain possession, and Hope Linville will pass it in, and the Athenians seem to want to press.
Linville is struggling to find someone to pass it into. That's going to be Trojan ball as it's tipped out of bounds by Reed.
Successful defensive possession by the Athenians.
Linville to inbound, gets it into Swaney. And that's going to be a foul on Sinet.
Swaney will pass it in for the Trojans, and she's looking for the post, but might have to kick it out as she gets it to Noble at the top of the key, swings it back to Swaney. She will take the corner three, and that will be very long, very, very long as Williamson gets the rebound, gives it to York, and nearly travels again, and she does travel again. Second consecutive travel by York as the Trojans regain possession. Hope Linville will inbound as the Athenians continue to utilize the full court press, and near double dribble appeared from here, and gives it to Peyton, swings it to Swaney. Linville comes around to the corner, gives it to Noble, and she will, thought she would have taken that three. Drives, gives it to Linville, thinks about the corner jump shot, takes the jump shot. She will make the jump shot for the Trojans, making it an 8-point lead. 25-17 Trojans, 6:37 left in the third.
It's a nice little move there by Linville. Gave her the baseline jumper. Reed with it over to Williamson.
Athenian offense seems to be a bit dysfunctional at the current moment. Kellerman thinks about the three, swings to Williamson, gives it back to Sinet, over to Kellerman, thinks about the three again. Athenian offense seemed to be getting nowhere here. Swings it over to Reed. Reed looks to penetrate, swings it back over to Kellerman, thinks about the three yet again. Swings it back to Reed. She'll take the long three-point shot, and that will be short off the front of the rim as Sinet attempts to save it, but will step out of bounds in the process, and the Trojans will regain possession. Linville passes it in for the Trojans. Gives it to Noble. She looks to press, and Linville will get it blocked by York. As Reed retains possession for the Athenians, and Williamson looks to push. Nice pass attempt by Williamson, but heads up defense by Peyton. She knocks it out of bounds. The Athenians maintain possession.
I could be mistaken, but it looked like after that pass was tipped by Peyton that it was tipped by Kellerman, but it's going to stay Athenian basketball. Kellerman thinks about the three, tries to drive left, backs down her defender. Sinet will take a three, and that'll be way long. But York will get the rebound. She'll save it out of bounds. Williamson takes the three. Another offensive rebound by Sinet. she'll put it up for the 2-point basket. Heads up play by Swaney there, finding Linville all alone down there by the basket. Sinet thinks about a 3. Kellerman pump fakes, drives, and that'll be an and 1.
Nice take by Kellerman. See if she can convert the and 1 here. Completing this and 1 would decrease the lead down to 5 for the Trojans.
And she hits.
And a trusty free throw shooter in Kellerman knocks down the shot.
Morris checks in the game for Swaney. Oh. That'll be off of Linville, and that'll be Athenian basketball. That'll be Trojan basketball off the hands of Kellerman. Tipped out of bounds.
Aggressive full court defense by the Trojans pays off.
Noble with it. Back to Peyton. Peyton not sure what to do with it. She gets it down to Linville. To Noble. Baseline to Linville, and that's stolen by Kellerman. She'll push it up the floor. Nice little jump stop.
Nice little hop step maneuver. Fails to convert.
And that'll be Trojan basketball with Linville to inbound.
Linville takes it out for the Trojans as the Athenians continue to utilize full court press. Noble brings it up, gives it over to Peyton. Looks to push, kicks it over to Morris on the baseline, gives it back to Peyton. Won't consider the shot. Kicks it to Noble, who thinks about the long 3, as is nearly stolen by Kellerman. Body's on the ground, and there will be a jump ball as the Trojans maintain possession.
Like an elbow was thrown there. Linville did not look very happy with.
Linville does seem to be notorious for her elbows. Noble looking for an option to pass. Drives to the left, kicks it to Peyton. Nearly gets it stolen by Williamson. Ooh, sees an opportunity to pass to Linville as Noble takes it a 3 off the back of the rim. Near offensive rebound. Linville gets the offensive rebound, puts it up, and she will miss. But it will be off of Shea Williamson of the Athenians as the Trojans will maintain possession. Hope Linville, and to pass it in for the Trojans. Gives it to Peyton. Linville in the far corner, and it is short off the front of the rim, and the Trojans will keep possession of the ball as is knocked out by York of the Athenians. Linville looks to pass it into Peyton. Guarded by Williamson, back to Linville. Nice pass into Morris as she will put it up but get fouled. She will have a chance at 2 at the strike for the Trojans, and an opportunity to increase the lead to 7. Morris's first attempt is in and out, tough miss. Second attempt for Morris. She will have another tough in and out miss, and nearly out on Sinet, nearly out on the Athenians again, and almost gave the Trojans another opportunity for an offensive possession. But ultimately the Athenians will end up with the ball as it is passed in to Williamson, skipped over to Kellerman. She looks to push for the Athenians, drives, puts it up. Nice lay-in, beautiful poise displayed on that one, and she will go to the strike for an and 1. to decrease the lead to 2.
The Athenians are really making a push to try and steal the momentum away from the Trojans here with about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Knowing Kellerman's skill at the free throw line, might as well already call it a 27-25 ball game. And she proves me correct. 27-25, Trojans with 3:07 left in the third. Nice defensive play by Williamson, although the Trojans will maintain possession. Although it does seem the momentum has shifted, and the Athenians possess that momentum. Linville looks to pass to someone. Dangerous pass given to Reed. Reed will convert on the other end, and the Athenians have tied the ball game 27-27 with 2:58 left in the third. Noble passes into Morris as she puts it up, and the Trojans take the lead right back, 29-27. Williamson brings it up for the Athenians. See if they keep the fast momentum as Blas puts it up off the back of the rim. Swipe down. That is a foul on Linville. She got a little too excited on that block attempt. That will not be on the floor as Reed will pass it in for the Athenians. Looks at the corner, looks for Kellerman. Gives it to Sinet, who shoot a 3. And miss it off the back of the rim. Near travel by Linville. Her facial expression even showed that she might have traveled, but ref seems to disagree. Swings it over to Linville. Back to Payton, takes a 3, second her 3 of the game, and she makes her second 3 of the game. Hopefully that boosts her confidence enough to continue that 3-point stroke, as she puts the Trojans up by 5. Kellerman seeks another attempt as we have a jump ball after the offensive rebound by Linville, and the Athenians will maintain possession after that jump ball. Reed will pass in for the Athenians.
Reed to inbound, gets it into Williamson. Reed with it. Cross-court pass to Williamson. Kellerman strong with it, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Linville, the Trojans. Linville to Payton, who brings it up.
Aggressive with the ball is Linville. She puts another girl on the ground.
Athenian fans do not sound very happy.
Although
about
it pays off. Pays off for Linville as Hope Linville passes it in for the Trojans. Although the Crawfordsville fans seem to be really expressing their emotions as they believe that was a foul on Holly Linville. Gives it to Hope Linville on the low post. And she will put it in and 1 for the Trojans. 34-27 with a minute 30 left. 38 left in the third. That puts the Trojans up 7-point lead. Let's see if she can make it 8 here. Crawfordsville fans are absolutely livid at that call. Hope Linville's first attempt. And she will put it in, convert, make it an 8-point lead for the Trojans with a minute 37 left in the third as Kellerman brings it up for the Athenians. Swings it over to Williamson on the left wing, looking for someone to pass to in the post, but has to give it to Blas at the top of the wing, and Reed has it on the left wing, looks to swing it to Sinet. My mistake, Simmons. As Kellerman takes another strong drive to the basket, and she will convert on that one, making a 6-point game. 29-35 Trojans. Payton passes up another 3, even though she's 2 for 2 on the night. Linville with another post shot, and strong offensive rebound by O'Neal. Fails to convert on that one. Number 10, Siemens, obtains the defensive rebound, and Crawfordsville will take a timeout as they regain possession. Looks to draw up a nice offensive possession here. As there will be a 30-second timeout here.
Reed inbound for the Athenians as she gets it to Williamson, who will bring it up. That's going to be a double dribble, and that'll be Trojan basketball, as their coach does not seem very happy about that one.
Mental error by Williamson there, and she seems very frustrated at her mistake, along with their coach, who knows it was not the, who knows they needed that offense possession there. Pull herself back in this game with only 43.6 left in the third. Trojans have an opportunity here to put it within 9. Briley gets it on the left wing. Williamson with a nice steal attempt as Noble looks for the post. Gives it to Lawson in the left corner. Passes it into O'Neal. Nice play by the Trojans as O'Neal converts on the right block. Trojans go up by 8, 29-37. In the closing seconds of the third quarter, Williamson looks to drive, and it is stolen by Noble. Looks to push. She will take it herself, throw it up, but gets fouled, and she will go to the line for a chance at 2, and to put this game in double digits for the first time. Very important free throws for Noble here to go up by 11 going into the fourth. First attempt is good. Noble's second attempt, nothing but net, as the Trojans go up 40-29.
39-29. And that's going to be well short of the basket, as at the end of the third quarter, it'll be 39-29 Trojans.
Trojans will start with possession going into the fourth quarter. If they can keep up the offensive tenacity and defensive tenacity on both sides of the ball here, I believe they'll come out with this win on senior night. Swaney retains possession, swings it over to Lawson. Overthrows it to O'Neal as the Athenians regain possession. Williamson passes it into Kellerman. Direct pass back to Williamson as Williamson brings it up for the Athenians. Looks to set up an offense, gives it to Kellerman at the top of the key. Takes a corner three.
That was a 3 at the wing, Trace, but that was a good attempt.
I misspoke, I did misspeak.
Swaney with it for the Trojans. Over to O'Neal at the wing. Get it to Linville. Stolen by Kellerman. Who will cut the Trojan lead down to just 8 now. Peyton with it in the corner. Gets it down low to Linville, who put it up, and it's blocked from behind. Picked up by Kellerman of the Athenians.
Nice outlet pass to number 11, Hutchins, as she makes a block shot, and that cuts the lead down to 6 all of a sudden for the Athenians, and Trojans will take a timeout as the Athenians put together 2 timely buckets to cut the lead down to 6 with 6:35 left in the fourth. Swaney kicks it to Peyton on the right wing. Gives it back to Hope Linville at the top of the key. Looks to pass to the post. Gives it to Swaney for the right wing 3. And that is short off the front of the rim as Kellerman looks to push again. Slows it down. Stops to the left wing. Gives it back to Reed. Swings it to Williamson at the top of the key as she looks to reset the offense for the Athenians. Drives left. Gets the first step. Nice defensive play by Noble, but Reed ultimately contains the possession as Kellerman puts up the long 3 for the Athenians and misses off the right side of the rim. Noble looks to push for the Trojans, but rears back and gives it to Swaney at the top of the key. Back to Hope Linville on the right wing. Back to Noble, who thinks about the 3. Looks to drive. Kicks it to Swaney on the right wing. Looks to drive. Puts it up, but is fouled on that layup attempt. And she will go to the strike for a chance at 2 and to put this lead back to 8. Nearly loses the ball there, but puts it in. I've never seen someone almost dribble the ball right off their foot on a free throw attempt, but it seemed to work out well for her as she increases the lead to 7 with that rush free throw attempt, if you would. Second free throw is no good off the back of the rim as Kellerman grabs the defensive rebound. Seems to take it slow, which is uncharacteristic of her. Williamson has it at the top of the key. Gives it back to Kellerman, thinks about the 3, gives it back to Williamson. She will take the 3, and that is rolls around the rim and out. Linville passes to Noble, who looks to push for the Trojans. Slows down. Kicks it to Swaney. Drives, gives it to Peyton. Gives it to Noble, who thinks about the 3 in the corner. Takes the 3 in the corner, and she will miss off the front of the rim as that one is short. We have a blocking foul on Abby Swaney of the Trojans, nearly at the other side of the court. And that doesn't necessarily put Crawfordsville in the bonus, but it's one foul closer as Reed inbounds it to Williamson.
It's not that it doesn't necessarily put him in the bonus, it's that it doesn't put him in the bonus because we only have 5 fouls. So Kellerman with it at the wing, drives left. Williamson with it to Blas at the top of the key. Could have been stolen there by Noble as Reed takes it in, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Linville. Linville struggling to find someone to pass it to. Swaney with it, picks up her dribble right at half court. Swaney will take a 3, in and out.
And that made a couple trips around the rim before it decided to bounce out. Very painful 3 to miss there.
That is tough. That would have put the Trojan lead at 10, double digits yet again, but in and out it is.
Remains at 7, 40-33. Trojans with 4 minutes, 20 seconds going in the last quarter. Noble looks to the left, looks to drive, jump stops, puts it up hard off the backboard as the Reed of the Athenians gets the defensive rebound. Williamson looks to push, gives it to Kellerman. Kick back to Williamson, who will take the 3 off the right wing, and then another in and out shot. Risky pass by Reed, and it almost pays off, but ultimately the Trojans will regain possession. Linville kicks it to Noble, who will bring it up past half court. Gives it to Hope Linville on the right wing. Swings it to Holly Linville at the top of the key. Back to Noble. Ball fakes. Nice pass to Holly Linville. Very nice pick and roll play there. And that will put the Trojans up by 9. Very well designed play by Noble and Linville on that, as Kellerman seems very frustrated with her offense as she looks for something to pass to. Decides to take it herself. Very nice drive, but ultimately too many Trojans in the paint. It was a 1v3 situation. Lawson kicks it to Holly Linville. Tries to take the baseline. Kicks it over to Noble. She will be out of bounds. Rushed offensive possession by the Trojans, as Reed will take it out for the Athenians. 42-33 Trojans with 2:56 left in the fourth.
Reed with it over to Williamson, to Hutchins. Williamson with it at the top of the key, takes a 3 and she hits. Timeout Athenians.
Three-pointer finally falls for the Athenians, as it seemed like a lid was on the basket for a temporary 2 or 3 minutes. But that cuts the lead down to 6 for the Athenians as they swing the momentum slightly. The Athenians can hold strong on defense, put together just a couple solid offensive possessions here. They still have a chance for this game.
Linville to inbound. I'm going to say it, that was just a straight up bad inbound pass.
Just as I fear, the Athenians hold strong on defense, and they put together a quick 2-point bucket to go down by 4, and they get the ball back almost instantaneously. Gives it to the Trojans will nearly travel, and the Athenians are heated at that call. Missed call, and Swaney drives it in for the Trojans, puts up the floater, and she will convert on that one to put the Trojans back up by 6 with 1:53 left in the fourth. Williamson looks aggressive, passes it over to Sinet, back to Williamson, over to Reed at the top of the key, back to number 11 Hutchins, over to Kellerman in the corner, back to Hutchins, swings it over to Reed, looks for Williamson as she gives it to Sinet, back to Kellerman, over to Hutchins. She takes the long 3, and that will be short.
Noble to bring it up for the Trojans. She pushes it up the floor. Down to Linville, back to Noble, who puts it up. No good on the layup.
That is killer
and
for the
Linville's going to be
Trojans.
fouled on the 2-point shot attempt. She'll go to the line for 2.
Wonderful opportunity to almost put the game away for the Trojans. Despite the missed layup opportunity, Linville will go to the line, and she will make the first, making it a 7-point lead for the Trojans with 1:17 left in the fourth. Linville's second attempt is good. She gets the generous bounce on that one, putting the Trojans up 8 with merely a minute 17 left in the fourth.
O'Neal checks in the game for Linville.
Kellerman brings it up for the Athenians. Athenian needs a quick bucket, followed by a strong defensive possession and another quick bucket. As their Trojans have a commanding lead, and Kellerman puts it up. Aggressive play by Hope Linville, and it results in a jump ball as the Athenians will maintain possession. Reed to pass it in for the Athenians. Looks for that wonderful defensive play by Lawson. And the Trojans will regain possession with 57 seconds left in the fourth. Now, smart and controlled basketball is what will win the game here on out for the Trojans. No careless errors as Coach Brown calls a timeout to calm his players down and to tell them the composure that is necessary to win this game. Noble in a tough spot. Gets it to Swaney. Very aggressive defense by the Athenians as number 14 Williamson with the foul. Sends Swaney to the line to potentially make this a double-digit lead for the Trojans. Very important free throws here for the Trojans. First one is a miss, and Kellerman will come down with the defensive rebound. Looks to push, knows she needs a quick bucket. Takes the drive herself. Oh, tough miss right there. Foul on number 11, Hutchins, which will send, I believe, Hope Linville to the line at another attempt to increase the lead to double
digits. As the Trojans enter the double bonus, too.
Ooh. Linville's first attempt is good. Trojans have demonstrated sound free throw shooting this evening, and the scoreboard reflects that. Linville's second attempt to increase the lead to 10 is good. 48-38 with 35 seconds left in the fourth. As Engel and Richardson and Gepner check in for the Trojans. Reed passes it over to Sinet as Kellerman takes a long three, and it was off the right side of the rim. Richardson looks to take it up for the Trojans. Stolen by Sinet. Sinet will finish on the right side of the basket and cutting the lead to 8. Richardson seems to mishandle it again as number 32 Hale gets it, and if the Trojans aren't careful, the Crawfordsville could pull a miracle here. But that is not the case as the Trojans win this varsity exhibition 48-42 on their senior night.
Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, and we'll see you again Thursday night for the next girls' home game.